In recent years, NASA's Solar and Heliospheric Observatory has captured countless images of the Sun, revealing both its dynamic surface activity and objects moving through the vast expanse of space nearby. Among these observations, one particular image has stirred significant interest and debate: a bright, star-shaped object seen close to the Sun. Its appearance is unlike the meteoroids, comets, or fragments of space debris typically observed in the inner solar system. Instead, the symmetrical structure and unusual geometry have led many to consider the possibility that this could be something artificial, perhaps even a probe or craft under intelligent control. The object appears to have a brilliant central core with multiple evenly spaced points radiating outward, giving it the distinct look of a starburst or engineered design. Nature, especially in the chaotic and extreme environment near the Sun, rarely produces such regular and symmetrical forms without the influence of specific geological or mechanical processes. For many observers, this symmetry is the first indication that it could be something beyond naturally occurring space debris. Meteorites and asteroids are typically irregular and uneven, shaped over eons by collisions and erosion. The sheer precision of this form, coupled with its brightness, sets it apart. One of the most striking details about this sighting is its proximity to the Sun. The Sun's surface temperature reaches roughly 5,500 degrees Celsius, and its corona extends even hotter. The radiation, solar wind, and gravitational forces at such close range would destroy most known materials. This begs the question: how could anything remain intact so near to the Sun without being obliterated? If this object is indeed solid and not simply a visual artifact, then it would require technology far beyond human capabilities, something capable of withstanding intense heat and radiation while possibly maneuvering with precision. The size of the object, if distance calculations are correct, is perhaps the most astonishing aspect. Based on its apparent scale in the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory imagery, some have speculated that it could be larger than Earth itself. If that is accurate, then we are not dealing with a small exploratory drone, but potentially with a massive craft or structure. The idea of something that large moving so close to the Sun is enough to spark both scientific curiosity and public imagination. Such dimensions would suggest immense power and a purpose significant enough to justify venturing into the most hostile environment in the solar system. This leads to another compelling theory, that the object could be harvesting or utilizing the Sun's energy. The concept is not as far-fetched as it sounds. Human scientists have already envisioned constructs such as Dyson spheres and solar collectors as theoretical means for advanced civilizations to harness stellar energy. If another civilization were capable of interstellar travel, using a star as an energy source would be a logical and efficient choice. In this context, the Sun would not only provide light and heat, but also an endless supply of energy to power machinery or propulsion systems. Adding further intrigue, this is not the first time such geometric shapes have been reported near celestial bodies. Over the years, similar star-like formations have been seen not only close to the Sun, but also in the vicinity of the Moon and even in deep space imagery. While skeptics have often attributed these sightings to image glitches, lens artifacts, or cosmic rays striking the camera sensors, the repetition of such shapes in multiple locations has convinced some researchers that there may be more to these phenomena. The fact that the same symmetrical formations have been spotted in vastly different contexts suggests a pattern worth investigating. The debate surrounding this image is further fueled by the possibility that this object might be part of a long-term observational mission by an advanced species. Just as humans have sent probes like Voyager and Parker Solar Probe into the solar system to gather data, another civilization might do the same, albeit on a scale and with a level of sophistication we can barely imagine. These probes might be designed to operate autonomously for centuries or millennia, quietly collecting information or conducting experiments. The Sun, with its constant activity and influence over the entire solar system, would be a prime target for such study. The existence of such an object also raises questions about our awareness of what is happening in our cosmic neighborhood. While NASA and other space agencies monitor the skies constantly, there is still far more we do not know than what we do. Much of space remains unexplored, and phenomena like this serve as reminders that we might only be scratching the surface in our understanding of extraterrestrial possibilities. For many who have studied the images, the combination of symmetry, brightness, scale, and proximity to the Sun makes it difficult to dismiss this sighting as a mere artifact of photography. If it is an engineered craft, its builders possess technology far surpassing anything humanity has achieved. The ability to withstand extreme conditions near the Sun, maintain structural integrity, and potentially maneuver in such an environment speaks to a mastery of materials and energy that could be thousands or even millions of years ahead of our own. The conversation surrounding the star-shaped object continues to grow, inspiring both professional researchers and amateur astronomers to scrutinize solar observatory data for further anomalies. Whether it is an artifact of light and lens or a genuine extraterrestrial construct, the fascination it has generated reflects a broader truth. Humanity is deeply curious about its place in the universe, and any hint of something beyond our world stirs the imagination. The image captured by the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory serves as a reminder that the universe is still full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Until more definitive evidence emerges, this star-shaped object will remain one of the most intriguing mysteries of modern space observation, hovering near our Sun, reflecting light, and perhaps holding secrets about life beyond Earth that we have yet to discover. On September 11, 2016, a NASA photograph captured an image that was shared to UFO communities. The photo, taken by NASA's Solar and Heliospheric Observatory, appeared to show a massive four-armed object near the Sun, giving the impression of a giant UFO. As the image circulated online, many who saw it couldn't help but draw comparisons to the infamous alien tripod from H.G. Wells's War of the Worlds. The strange shape of the object, with what seemed like elongated arms or appendages extending outward, stirred discussions across social media, forums, and even news outlets. People wondered whether this was a sign of extraterrestrial life, a rare celestial phenomenon, or something else entirely. The image in question, which NASA released as part of its usual solar observation routine, was quickly picked up by UFO communities who analyze Solar and Heliospheric Observatory photos for any irregularities. Unlike the typical lens flares, reflections, or cosmic rays that Solar and Heliospheric Observatory images occasionally show, this object appeared distinct, symmetrical, and structured. It looked as though it had four arm-like extensions radiating from a central core, making it hard to dismiss as a simple artifact. Its positioning and shape led many to believe that this could not have been a random alignment of particles or a natural space object. The unique formation was especially striking against the vast backdrop of the Sun, further enhancing its seemingly artificial appearance. One of the reasons why this particular image resonated so deeply with viewers was its striking resemblance to the alien tripods depicted in War of the Worlds. H.G. Wells's alien tripods, as described in his novel, are three-legged war machines controlled by Martians, towering over the landscape as they unleash destruction upon Earth. While Wells's original vision was intended as science fiction, his description of a massive, multi-limbed alien machine stuck with readers and became an iconic symbol in popular culture. When the NASA photo circulated, people began comparing this four-armed object to the tripods, and the idea of a lurking extraterrestrial machine gained a certain eerie allure. For many, the association with Wells's creation made the potential of an alien origin feel all the more plausible, fueling theories that this structure could be an interstellar machine or vessel capable of harnessing solar energy. Several theories emerged to explain what this four-armed UFO could be. Among the most prominent was the idea that it was an advanced alien probe or spacecraft observing our solar system, using the Sun's energy to refuel or to study solar activity. This theory was rooted in the observation that the object seemed unusually close to the Sun, where no human-made spacecraft could withstand the intense heat and radiation. If it were indeed an alien craft, it would suggest a level of technology far beyond our own. The notion that such an object could exist so close to our Sun without being incinerated sparked debates among enthusiasts, as many speculated that the craft must have some form of advanced shielding or energy-absorbing technology. Another prevalent theory suggested that this four-armed shape might be a Dyson-like structure. Named after the physicist Freeman Dyson, a Dyson sphere is a hypothetical megastructure built around a star to capture its energy. Dyson speculated that advanced civilizations might construct such structures to harness energy on a grand scale. Though a complete Dyson sphere surrounding the Sun would be visible and obvious, The four-armed structure in the NASA photo led some to theorize that it might be a more partial, movable construct, perhaps a smaller energy-collecting array set close to the Sun to draw power directly. This idea excited many who believed that extraterrestrial civilizations could have developed large, complex machines for energy capture that resembled this object. While many people were open to the idea of an extraterrestrial origin, skeptics offered alternative explanations rooted in the natural sciences and the technical intricacies of solar imaging. Some argued that the object could be a result of pixelation or compression artifacts within the camera's processing system, which can sometimes produce unusual shapes when light or radiation interacts with the camera's sensors. However, those who believed in the UFO explanation pointed out that similar four-armed shapes had appeared in other NASA images over the years, creating a pattern that seemed less like random anomalies and more like recurring sightings. This pattern bolstered the argument that, whatever it was, this object had made multiple appearances near the Sun, suggesting it was not a one-time coincidence. Proponents of the UFO theory argued that these recurring sightings hinted at intentionality, as if an interstellar visitor was making periodic stops in our solar system to monitor or refuel near the Sun. In response to the intense speculation, NASA released a statement clarifying that what people saw was likely a cosmic ray hitting the sensor or a processing artifact, common occurrences in images taken near the Sun. NASA's explanation did little to deter UFO enthusiasts, however. For many, the official clarification seemed like a predictable response aimed at calming public curiosity without genuinely addressing the possibility of extraterrestrial life. This added to a sense of distrust, with some arguing that NASA might be concealing the existence of extraterrestrial technology, or at the very least, downplaying unusual phenomena in space. The image of the four-armed UFO remains a captivating point of discussion among UFO researchers and enthusiasts. For some, it represents a momentary glimpse of something truly extraordinary, a sign of life or intelligence beyond Earth, captured unknowingly in a simple photograph. For others, it stands as a reminder of the power of imagination and the human tendency to see patterns or meanings in random visuals. The appearance of mysterious objects near the Sun is far from a new phenomenon. For decades, UFO enthusiasts and researchers have documented sightings of unidentified objects around the Sun, often using NASA's Solar and Heliospheric Observatory and Solar Dynamics Observatory images as primary sources. These objects, sometimes spherical, angular, or even shaped like massive structures, have spurred extensive debate. Their proximity to the Sun, an intensely hostile environment with extreme heat and radiation, makes the sightings all the more intriguing, as no known human-made craft could survive such conditions. Historically, reports of unidentified objects near the Sun date back to early space observation missions. In the 1950s and 1960s, as astronomers used increasingly advanced telescopes to observe solar activity, some reported strange anomalies, such as small, darkened spots that moved independently of the Sun's solar flares or planetary bodies. These early sightings were often dismissed as optical illusions or limitations of observational technology. The Solar and Heliospheric Observatory, a collaborative project between NASA and the European Space Agency, was designed to study the Sun and provide real-time images of solar activity. Almost immediately after the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory began transmitting images, UFO hunters began spotting unusual objects that didn't align with known celestial bodies, solar flares, or cosmic rays. Some objects appeared to have a structured form, resembling spacecraft or mechanical constructs rather than random debris. One of the earliest high-profile sightings occurred in the late 1990s, when the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory images revealed a massive angular object hovering near the Sun. This sparked the first major wave of theories about extraterrestrial technology using the Sun's energy, a concept that has since become a cornerstone of UFO lore. Some of these objects seemed almost geometrically perfect, leading some to speculate that they might be interstellar probes, alien spacecraft, or even parts of a massive Dyson swarm, a concept in which smaller structures orbit a star to collect energy. This theory suggests that an advanced civilization might have constructed a fleet of small structures near the Sun to harvest solar power. One sighting in particular, often called the Cube UFO, drew significant attention in 2011. A massive, cube-like object appeared near the Sun, sparking theories that it might be an alien structure. The cube seemed to be moving slowly across the solar surface and was visible for several frames of SDO footage before vanishing. NASA later explained the sighting as a processing error caused by cosmic rays interacting with the camera's sensors, but the sighting had already become part of the growing mythos surrounding solar UFOs. The apparent structural forms of these objects have led many to reject natural or optical explanations. For example, in 2012, a large, spherical object with a dark center appeared in Solar and Heliospheric Observatory images, and it appeared to be draining energy from the Sun in one frame before disappearing in the next. This led to a popular theory that the object might have been refueling, possibly gathering solar plasma for an unknown purpose. NASA dismissed the sighting as a typical coronal cavity, which is a common feature of the Sun's atmosphere. However, UFO researchers argued that the spherical object's distinct separation from the Sun's surface indicated something more unusual, sparking theories of an advanced refueling station or even a gigantic craft. Critics argue that many of these objects are simply artifacts, errors in data processing, cosmic rays hitting sensors, or digital distortions. These technical explanations have not deterred believers, who argue that, given the consistency and frequency of sightings, there must be more to the phenomenon than simple artifacts. While NASA's explanations often rely on well-documented observational challenges, the number of anomalous sightings close to the Sun continues to intrigue both skeptics and believers alike. Theories about these solar UFOs have also drawn from the work of renowned physicists and astronomers. The persistent sightings of UFOs near the Sun have woven a rich tapestry of speculation, scientific inquiry, and imaginative hypotheses. Whether they are cosmic illusions, natural anomalies, or something beyond human comprehension, these sightings continue to captivate the public. Each new discovery, whether supported or refuted by scientific explanation, adds to the allure of the unknown and challenges our assumptions about life and technology beyond Earth. Comet Leonard's visibility is diminishing, but it is not leaving without a final spectacle. Recently, it reached its closest point to Earth on December 12th, providing excellent opportunities for observation. As the comet progresses through the inner solar system, a remarkable change has occurred. The comet's tail now exhibits a twisted, streamer-like appearance, while its core continues to grow brighter. However, during the event, NASA captured an intriguing image of an unusual occurrence between Earth and Venus. Online spectators who witnessed the event reported the emergence of a substantial shield-like object during Comet Leonard's closest approach. The camera named Stereo H2 captured this footage, and it is evident that a significant structure emerges between Earth and Venus. Positioned on the left side of the screen, Venus is accompanied by Earth on the right. As Comet Leonard made its way near Earth, an intriguing development occurred. A remarkable construction seemingly arose, resembling a massive structure enveloping our planet. This structure even obstructed some of the comet's tail from reaching Earth, garnering noteworthy attention and speculation. The peculiarity of this video lies in the sudden appearance of a shield-shaped object when Comet Leonard becomes visible. Some speculate that this object serves as a form of protection for Earth, shielding it from the comet or any potential space debris. It is worth noting that this is not the first instance where the stereo camera has detected this mysterious object. In March 2020, while observing the Lagoon Nebula alongside Venus and Earth, an intriguing image was captured. The shared photographs generated considerable excitement, with individuals noting the resemblance of the object to a massive wheel. Furthermore, it seemed to emit a beam in front of it, prompting speculation that it could be a form of protection against space debris aimed at safeguarding our planet. The video captured by the Stereo B spacecraft's telescope, which is operated by NASA, is intriguing due to its direct source. These probes are positioned on opposite sides of the Sun, aiding NASA and other scientists in studying the inner mechanisms of the solar system. They are particularly valuable for observing celestial objects that pass near Earth. As mentioned, this enigmatic triangular entity has approached us on previous occasions. A knowledgeable and neutral audience will find it informative to learn that someone mentioned the sighting of a wheel that resembled the provided image, but NASA dismissed it as unremarkable. What stands out is that the wheel only becomes visible when the comet aligns with Earth. This individual expressed their viewpoint, stating the following: "These images and videos were sourced directly from NASA, leaving no room for doubt regarding their origin. I am completely clueless as to the identity and the process by which this object takes shape. However, NASA have told people that the object in question can be explained, saying that what we are seeing is just a recurring image artifact caused by internal reflections of a planet. They addressed this footage and said the following on Stereo's official website. Some people have noticed a strange triangular or diamond-shaped object entering the field of view of the telescope on Stereo. You can see the feature in question in this movie, moving from right to left, just above the occulter on the right side of the image, and more clearly in this close-up movie. The answer for what this artifact is lies on the exact opposite side of the image. At the same time as this strange-looking feature starts being visible, the very bright planet Venus enters the field of view from the lower left. Notice that Venus and the feature stay in step almost exactly opposite each other across the middle of the detector. This is not a coincidence. The strange-looking geometrical object is actually an internal reflection of the planet Venus within the telescope optics. This effect has been seen many times before. The phenomenon of unidentified objects has been a subject of intrigue for both scientists and the general public. An especially curious subset of these sightings is the one that involves mysterious objects seen near our Sun. These instances, often captured in photographs and videos by solar observatories and space-based telescopes, challenge our understanding and provoke fascinating questions about the nature of these objects. The Sun, due to its extreme conditions and proximity to Earth, is an area of keen interest for astronomers. Solar observations have been conducted using various tools, such as NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory, the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory, and numerous ground-based observatories. During these observations, anomalies occasionally appear. These oddities, often interpreted as unidentified objects by some observers, exhibit unusual characteristics, such as abrupt changes in direction, speed, or even shape. Some of these sightings have suggested massive objects, far larger than any man-made spacecraft, seemingly maneuvering close to the Sun's surface. The implications of an artificial object able to withstand and navigate the Sun's extreme environment, with temperatures reaching millions of degrees and intense gravitational and magnetic forces, are both bewildering and revolutionary, signifying a technological prowess far beyond our current capabilities. However, while these sightings are undeniably intriguing, they also invite skepticism and alternate explanations. Scientists often attribute such anomalies to instrumental artifacts, optical illusions, or natural celestial phenomena. For instance, a common artifact in space imaging is the cosmic ray hit, where high-energy particles interfere with the image sensor to produce bright spots or streaks. Other explanations include the remnants of comets or meteoroids, solar prominences, or coronal mass ejections, all of which can create unusual and dramatic patterns in the solar vicinity. These rational explanations underscore the importance of adhering to scientific methodologies when investigating these sightings. Nevertheless, the continued presence of unexplained anomalies in our solar observations indicates that our understanding of the universe is still far from complete. Each unexplained sighting, whether eventually debunked or left unresolved, contributes to our growing knowledge base and inspires further exploration and inquiry. As the search for advanced intelligence continues, these mysterious sightings highlight an essential aspect of the endeavor. The universe is vast and largely unexplored, teeming with mysteries that we are only beginning to probe. Whether these mysterious objects turn out to be advanced spacecrafts, natural phenomena, or simply glitches in our instruments, their investigation pushes the boundaries of our understanding and brings us one step closer to answering the age-old question, are we alone in the universe?